All right, welcome back, traders. Today, I have an exciting topic lined up for you. I wanted to discuss NQ futures, implementing effective risk management techniques, and understanding the importance of trading psychology. Now, this is a very, very important topic, and I'm probably not going to cover it all in one video. So I'm just going to cover some brief overview on the topics and start sharing a little bit more inside the Discord community. So I'll be your host, CJ. We trade together, and I'll guide you through this tutorial. All right, let's jump in. So to understand NQ futures, I know most of you guys haven't traded them. You have to understand risk management as well. So before we dive in, I'm just going to give you kind of a brief overview of what NQ futures actually is. So NQ futures represents performance of the NASDAQ 100 index. It allows traders to speculate on direction of the technology-focused companies. The futures, and it go more into the history of futures and why I like trading this specifically, and I can cover those more in depth in subsequent videos. But let's, talking through risk management, we've seen it in trades before, but when you're specifically trading NQ, you got to understand that price fluctuates in ticks, which is just an increment in price. And just you see in like equities and other trading instruments, ticks, however, in NQ are represented by a quarter, so 25 cents. So when you buy one contract of NQ and it ticks up or down, that's a profit or a loss of $5 per tick. NQ can move hundreds of ticks in a matter of minutes. So the inherent risk of trading NQ is already very prevalent. So incorporating a fundamentally sound trading strategy that's nested in your risk management is going to be crucial to your success trading futures. All right, so moving forward, I want to talk specifically on some other strategies that I incorporate in my actual trading strategy outside of fair value gaps, supply and demand, smart money concept trading, and I've posted a number of videos speaking to those strategies. So I wanted to give you a couple other tools. All right. So when it comes to trading NQ futures, having a well-defined strategy is very crucial. So we'll explore things outside the trend and smart money concept. What I want to talk through is how I use ticks, delta, and footprint. So on the chart in front of you, I have a footprint chart tied in with a normal 1 minute range chart here, and then a delta. So it's a daily cumulative delta. I'm not going to go into the depth of market over here as I'm going to tie depth of market and bookmap together. And then as far as ticks, you've seen this in recent videos where I have pretty blank chart here of NQ, and with our trading indicator you get exclusively from our Discord. It gives you buy and sell signals and ticks. So tick is a pretty useful indicator on finding confirmation on entries. So and I'm going to tie that in a little bit on the chart and what that looks like. All right, so I'll go over footprints real quick. Essentially, what footprints give you is a printout of your bid and ask on each level for a specific range. So NQ, I broke this down to a 32 range chart, so it's not indicated by time as you'd see in most of your trading platforms. This is the bar only moves on a certain number of ticks, in this case being 32. So if it ranges 32 ticks, moves on to the next bar. Ranges 32, moves to the next bar. Down here at the bottom, I'm really paying close attention to this big number here, the top line. This is your delta. So how many more buyers and sellers were there in this particular range? Now you're going to see a lot of correlation between price moving higher. So you get like my little blue bar here with a green delta down here. And the same thing when you have a red candle, in this case an orange, and red delta. There are some cases where you will have a inverse where you have red bar with a green delta. So these are areas to point out, like highlight. I'll cover more in detail with the Discord on how I use these levels and points of control on each range as confirmation of entries, just giving me a better feel that we got in appropriately. But it's a very powerful tool. Coming back over here on the chart, what you'll see is a daily accumulative delta. So it's just a running tally of each one of these ranges here, and I found tremendous success plotting support and demand, fair value gaps, all on the cumulative delta, finding that hey, there's been a level of support on the delta. When I know when it pulls back into, it will help confirm price entry, on like this case is a long trade. So very, very powerful tool you can use in conjunction with some of the other tools you have available. So these are two that I trade with on a daily basis, and I wouldn't trade without. The last one I want to show you is TIX. So with TIX here, the importance of it is it will give me, let's see if this will load back here. So TIX is only open during the market. So after market closes, it stops tracking up and down. One thing I wanted to share with you guys on this one specifically is how, let's see if this one will play for me. So we've discussed this trade before in my previous video. Is I'm looking for an area for this to be rejected. I'm also leaning over here, see the timestamp at 12:35. 12:35, we see a massive drop in ticks, indicating that we have large number of sellers forming throughout the NASDAQ, and just giving me further confidence that this is a good trade, and then also using our indicator here. So the top three to learn, and I'm going to teach this more in depth, the Discord community, is tying in ticks, tying in the delta, and footprint. The one other one I really have to trade with is Bookmap, as I am a firm believer that price operates off liquidity, and the way we enter and the way we should trade is projecting where liquidity is going to be at and how price is going to react, one, to get there, and two, what happens when it does. Bookmap, depth of market, these things, level 2, time and sales, all get tied in into a Bookmap feature. Is a very, very powerful tool when trading, and I've seen pretty good success using it. All right, so last segment I want to hit here is risk management and trading psychology. One of my favorite quotes I got from another trader. Pretty simple, but hey, if you're anxious about a trade that you just entered, you're playing with too much money. When I get into a trade, I'm good either way. I'm not gonna get super excited, super bummed if I get stopped out. Point is, if you're not there, then one, you don't have the emotion, or two, you're just risking too much. We've all talked about stop losses and the power of using stop losses. Stop losses only work if your entries are good. So if you have a poor stop loss, we've seen this in recent videos, and yourself probably, like if you're looking at a stop loss here and you're risking over 80 ticks if you enter down here and you're chasing this trade. So most new traders, even some of us traders who've been trading for almost a decade, tend to find a little bit more patient, and wait for price to come back to the area that we want to trade. I showed this in my last video. Is a tool that I like to use is this fib retracement tool, and identifying where where discount and premium zones are. I know that this 50 line here represented from the high and the low of this move. If it were to pull back, I'm not chasing it to short it below the 50. I'm gonna wait for it to pull back into my zone. And if this is one of your trading strategies, I think you'll find some success when you tie in this is like the final rule. Should I buy? Okay, is it in my premium zone to short it? What is ticks looking like? How's the cumulative delta looking? Start asking these questions. This plays into your trading strategy and you start implementing this, and then all of a sudden now you have good risk management. You have good risk management, then you start to understand how trading psychology plays a role in successful trading. Because I'm telling you, emotions like fear and greed, they cloud the judgment. They lead you into impulsive decisions, and the only way out of this is to stay disciplined and continue to practice, specifically practicing trading and your self-awareness. So maintaining a trading journal sometimes will help analyze. That's why I do video logs. One, to recap and share with you guys, but two is just to keep me respecting my strategy and my trading plan. So having self-reflection is going to help you be more consistent and disciplined. All right. So remember, managing risk, maintaining healthy trading mindsets, they're essential for long-term success in the markets. It takes a lot of time to master these skills, so be patient, as that should be in your trading plan. All right, so this is going to wrap up this tutorial on trading NQ futures. A little bit more of the tools in the bag here to show you, as well as risk management and trading psychology. So we've explored some of the basics, discussed some of the strategies, and highlighted the importance of this, the risk management and trading psychology. Just remember to continuously educate yourself, adapt your strategies to the changing market conditions, and prioritize risk management in your trading journey. Hey, so if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for notification of educational videos and content. I also post live entries on options and futures through our Discord, as well as provide a little bit more intimate, detailed trading strategies, how I trade, in our Discord. I'll leave that link in the comments below. All right, till next time.